Hello, everyone. Well, today it is very hot and very humid in Texas, even at night. And having worked out in a metal garage, it's a little hot in here. But regardless, I do want to talk about dreams. Dreams are uh, are very prevalent throughout cultural understanding. Now, I have a view that's in between two differing views on what dreams are. Now, one side of the argument is that dreams are a piece of another dimension that either we create or that exists, and we go there in order to either live out what we have to learn or experience reality that is a direct result of our desires. But the other viewpoint on the other spectrum, and now the first viewpoint is held by many practitioners of magic, Vodalissance as well, and many other different spiritualists. But the other side of the spectrum is that dreams are basically nothing. They don't mean anything. They have no significance in the psyche. They're just a jumble that the mind produces when we're asleep. And if we're going to take it further, for a few different spiritual and religious traditions, when our soul goes back to God while we sleep and rests there while we sleep, the mind just has at its own opportunity to exist in and of itself by itself. But my view kind of sits in between those. My view is that dreams don't always mean something, but every now and then, our mind, our connection to all that is, basically brings us a message that we need to learn, that we need to adhere to, that we need to realize in order to evolve in our personal lives. And now, it could be our connection to everything that is, and how the universe, karma, God, the different forces beneath God, or the grander whole. All those things are viable as far as what is communicating to us. But this force or these forces trying to communicate to us is basically the purpose of dreams that we must learn from. And it's hard to decipher just between dreams that we should learn from and dreams that really don't mean anything. But hallmarks of dreams that really don't mean anything are just a jumble of messages, images, things that don't make sense, superficial things, and just goofiness, or just ridiculously dark in essence. And if we can't find a message in it, even by skimming through it, if we just skim through it and it's like, okay, this is all goofiness, there's no message in it, then it's likely it's just irrelevant. But if we look at it, it's like, what does that mean? What the hell does seeing a giant image, a giant statue of Apollo, standing in front of us, whereas a minotaur coming to life and walking around, what the hell does that mean? That might actually have some symbolism. And that's a dream that I had last night, where I saw this giant image statue of Apollo and a minotaur walking around that was animate. There was other parts of the dream. Some of them were a little bit more goofy, and some of them, are obviously irrelevant. The goofiness that surrounded this one part of the dream. And I generally think about dreams that have some symbolism in them as being surrounded by things that don't really matter. It's like, basically, there's a heart of gold in a dream, and then all the nonsense around it is kind of the mind surrounding that heart of gold, that meaning, that symbolism at the center. But there's a whole bunch of irrelevant stuff around it. That's why you have to work through that and get to the heart of the message for dreams that you feel have a meaning for you, or something you have to learn. Now, dreams can be guided. Lucid dreaming, you can either meditate or focus on certain things you want to work through before you go to sleep, and then it's more likely you'll dream about those things. Now, I'm not well versed in how to do and how to achieve lucid dreaming, but there are ways to bring about dreams that will help you work through problems, or dreams that you just want to satisfy a fantasy through, or dreams that will help you peer into other dimensions, other realms. But there's all kinds of teachings on that are easy enough to look up. But I just wanted to give a brief overview of my view of dreams and basically how I think that we can learn from them. But some of them are nonsense in essence. If I was going to briefly tell you what my interpretation of the Apollo dream is, that I have big ideals, but they're static, and my desires are the ones that are active and moving. And I need to get towards my ideals because they're much bigger than myself, and basically capture the Minotaur or put it in stasis instead of putting my ideals into stasis. But that's just my interpretation of the dream. But thank you very much for watching. I hope this was interesting to you. And if you liked it, hit that thumbs up down there. If you want to comment, engage in a dialogue with me, I'm more than open to that. And I will talk to you very soon. Thank you.